Welcome to July 25th, 2024, Mercury and Virgo Astrology Transit Forecast. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and I specialize in traditional, Western, and evolutionary astrology. I'm really excited to share this month's astrological forecast with you. Please like and subscribe as it helps the channel grow. If you are new here, welcome. You can learn more at my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. For those of you who have been following me, thank you for your continual support and for sharing your journey with me. So on July 25th, 2024, Mercury is now going to be moving into the very structured and organized sign of Virgo. Since this is a sign where it's both in its domicile and it's exalted, meaning it's amplifying its energies and the qualities of communication, intellect, detail-oriented thinking, this transit's going to continue until Mercury stations retrograde at 4 degrees on August 4th, 2024. Now, in astrology, Mercury, it rules communication, our thoughts, intellect, information and processing, and all forms of transportation, computers, technology, phone, and it governs how we think, how we learn, how we express ourselves, influencing areas such as writing and speaking and teaching. Mercury rules both Virgo and Gemini, making its energy particularly potent in these signs. Now, Virgo is known for its analytical and meticulous nature. Virgo, it enhances Mercury's ability to focus on these details with problem solving and to organize. This sign is really practical, it's methodical, it values efficiency and precision. And so with Mercury now in Virgo, your mind is going to become sharper, more critical. You're going to be better equipped to handle all the detail-oriented work, to solve complex problems, and make these well thought out plans. This is an excellent time for organizing and planning and basically tackling tasks that require precision and thoroughness. Virgo's association with our health and our daily routines, this means that during this transit, there might be this heightened awareness of your physical well-being and your habits. This is really going to be an ideal time period that you need to establish healthier routines, to declutter your environment. This could be at work or at home, and improve your overall efficiency. Communication is going to become more precise and effective. It's really a good time for negotiations and writing and activities that require clarity of thought and expression. However, the critical nature of Virgo can also lead to this nitpicking or self-criticism. So it's important to balance compassion and understanding. Now, as we move forward to August 4th, really pay close attention to all the events and the timing of things that are happening to you right now. Because up to that 4 degrees of Virgo, these are the areas that are likely going to require your attention again when Mercury stations retrograde. This can be a time of reflection and reassessment of the things that are related to these planets or points. What happens is Mercury moves forward, covers an area of your life. It brings it to the forefront of what needs to be organized or restructured. Then it stations retrograde, going back over those same topics. And then it makes the third pass when it stations direct. So know that you're going to be reorganizing or restructuring these areas of your life. Offerings this month. I'm excited to announce this month's Transit Talk webinar. These are interactive educational sessions that cover a different topic each month. And so the next webinar is going to be understanding the next eclipse series in the cycle that will start this fall and continue for the next 18 months, that is in Virgo and Pisces. And so how these upcoming themes will influence and shape your year ahead. To learn more, you can sign up and visit at willowgracemystic.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list for astrological insights and for upcoming specials. Now, for all Leos, I'm offering a discount on your personalized solar return consultations. Use the code LEO10 to receive your discount. Visit my website to schedule your consultation today. Now, additionally, I offer live astrological consultations at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every other Tuesday. To reserve your spot and get in the queue, you can sign up using the link below. I look forward to really seeing you there. So let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, Mercury is now entering into your 6th house. So Mercury in Virgo transiting your 6th house brings about topics highlighting your daily routines, your health, your work. Now, since Mercury also rules your 3rd house of communication, this brings in topics of siblings, neighbors, cousins, who you communicate with on a daily basis, making friends, networking. When Mercury rules over your 3rd house, themes about communication, local travel, your interactions with your siblings, it also is brought to the focus or the forefront. This is going to be an excellent time for you to organize your workspace, to refine your health habits, for you to focus on being efficient. Be mindful of the potential miscommunications that can happen with your coworkers and your siblings during this retrograde period, because it brings up all these things that you are going to cover and then need to go back and recover. So Aries, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer astrology consultations. And for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, Mercury is now entering into your 5th house. I love this because this is in a harmonious aspect to your 1st house of your identity. So this transit affecting your 5th house of creativity, romance, children, where we're willing to take a risk, with additional influence coming from your 2nd house. The 2nd house revolves around topics that have to do with your cash, your property, your self-worth, things of what do I need for security. And so this means that your creative projects or your romantic relationships or topics that revolve around your children could also involve financial considerations or your personal values. You might also revisit old creative projects or rekindle a past romance, or it could have something to do with children coming back into our life, either for like living or needing advice or guidance to move forward. So pay attention to the details in your artistic endeavors and avoid making major financial decisions about love or your money during this retrograde. So Taurus, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays, where I offer astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, Virgo is your ruler, so it's really important for you to always be following where is Mercury going. So Mercury is now moving into your 4th house. It's transiting through your home sector, so focusing in on topics of home, family members. The 4th house represents your living situation. This has to do with your family who lives in the home with you. Now, since Mercury also rules your 1st house of self, we know this is about topics of your identity, bringing in about being self-aware, your personal identity, how this comes into play with home topics. You may find yourself reorganizing your living space or revisiting some family issues and wanting to talk, communicate, and hash some things out. Clear communications with family members is really going to be crucial at this time, especially during the retrograde period. So Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays, where I offer astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, Mercury is now going to be moving into your 3rd house of communication. This transit is really going to emphasize all types of communication with neighbors and siblings and cousins, people that you would communicate with like at the dog park or the grocery store. It's the 3rd house is where we make friends, or it's about short trips, sibling relationships. Now Mercury also rules over your 12th house. So we bring in topics that indicate these themes may involve your subconscious, your thoughts, or about hidden matters. The 12th house is what we don't share with other people, dreams, intuition, psychic ability, and so it's where we go to be alone. So be prepared for these potential travel delays or miscommunication with email, phone, text. And this is really also going to be a good time for you to review or revise any writing or communication projects before that you send them out to others. Like check and double check any of the emails. The third house bringing in topic of media, conversation, news and gossip and transportation, and also new skills. So Cancer, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, Mercury is now moving through your second house. So the second house represents your finances, your resources, your skill set, your money, your values, and it brings in additional influence from the 11th house. Mercury rules the sign of Gemini, so we bring in topics that revolve around your hopes and your dreams and your goals. And so this could mean that your financial plans may also affect your friendships or these long-term goals that you have. And so this could be a time that you want to reassess your budget, reassess your financial goals, and be cautious with investments on major purchases during this retrograde. It's bringing in the theme or the flavor of what do I need in order to feel secure, and how do I reassess or assess first and then go back and reassess all of my possessions, my self-esteem, my work ethic, things that belong to me, either mentally, emotionally, or my spiritual resources. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays, where I offer astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, Mercury is your chart ruler. It's always important for you to be watching where Mercury goes, because it also rules over your 10th house of your career, your job, your responsibilities. So as Mercury is transiting your first house of your who you are, your identity. I always say it's like your business card or your website. You might feel this strong urge to refine your personal image and to communicate your style of what you want to present to the world. Now, Mercury also ruling over your 10th house brings in how are you linking your personal development and your career ambitions, your public image to other people. This is really going to be a good time for you to go inward for some self-reflection on your personal development, but avoid making drastic changes until after the retrograde. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays, where I offer astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Libra Sun and Libra Rising, this transit of Mercury is moving into your 12th house. Now the 12th house brings the topics of communication and your subconscious, your dreams, your hidden matters. It represents topics of the Akashic records, past lives, your abilities, your what you bring into this lifetime with you. The 12th house is about doing the shamanic work, or work that we do behind the scenes. It's tapping into our ancestors, our guides, or past lives. Now, Mercury also rules over your 9th house. So we want to bring in topics that are connecting with themes of higher education and travel and philosophical beliefs. This is going to be a period of going within and a lot of introspection and resolving some past issues of what is holding you back. Either what people have said or put upon you, or the broken record of what you have put upon yourself, and freeing yourself and liberating yourself from this. Pay attention to your dreams, your intuition, or messages that you receive either through your guides or your spirit animals, like hearing a song repeatedly, or finding a feather or a coin. Pay attention to your intuition, but avoid starting these new projects until after this retrograde is over. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays, where I offer astrology consultations. And for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, Mercury is now transiting your 11th house. This emphasizes your friendships, your social circles, your networks, your goals, and then it brings in this additional influence of your 8th house because Mercury rules over the sign of Gemini. And so this could involve you with other people and shared resources. The 8th house is about intimacy. It's about transformation. And so now we also want to include your social circles. And so this could be reconnecting with old friends, reviewing your long-term aspirations. Now, be cautious of social media interactions during this retrograde phase, because remember, Mercury retrograde is going back over, reviewing, rethinking, revising, and this is about topics that involve contracts, negotiations, and the 11th house brings in social media groups and networks. So Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays where I offer astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, Mercury is now entering in your 10th house of your career, your public image, your job, how people see you. The 10th house is the top of your chart, and it brings about your reputation and where you want to make your mark on society. It's about what do you want to achieve. And so we know that this has to do with contracts, negotiations. I want to bring in the additional information of Mercury ruling over your 7th house of partnership. So we know that this is you mixed in with other people. And so this is best friends, significant others, clients, one-on-one relationships. So your professional life may also impact your partnership and in relationship with you and other people. So this is really going to be a good time for you to review your professional goals. What do you want? What are your strategies in order to move forward? Expect some possible delays or misunderstandings with work-related projects or with travel, communication, or contracts. And during this retrograde period, use this as a time of going back and looking over things in order to move forward and being strategic about what you want to do, your plans of moving forward with your goals and your ambitions. And this has to do with your personal ambitions of what you want to bring to light. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays where I offer astrology consultations at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, Mercury is now entering into your 9th house, which focuses on higher education, travel, philosophical beliefs. I love this because this is in a harmonious aspect to your 1st house of your identity, your business card, your website, how you present yourself to the world. Now I want to bring in the extra influence of your Gemini house, and this is your daily habits. So the 6th house revolves around finding a balance between your home and your work. And so this suggests that your routines, your health habits, they might intersect with the broader themes that have to do with your educational goals or your travel plans. I'm encouraging you to be prepared for these potential disruptions during this retrograde and avoid making these major commitments. Mercury retrograde in the house of taking a class or taking a workshop or wanting to travel or your daily routines really brings this time to pause, slow down, and be in the moment. So Capricorn, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays where I offer astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, Mercury moving into your 8th house really brings to light you and your resources that you share with other people. This can be through alimony and child support. This could be with business partners. The 8th house it brings about topics of intimacy and transformation. And we want to bring in the topics that revolve around your fifth house, which has to do with your children or the house of creativity or lovers. This is going to suggest that there's this financial partnership and intimate relationships that you have with other. And this could be with exes or business partners that could involve some creative pursuits or personal expression. This is going to be a period to review these topics about your financial partnership and to delve deeper into psychological issues. And this could take you back to your familial with patterning with your parents or how you were raised or within partnership. Be cautious with financial agreements at this time during this retrograde because it'll have you going back over any contracts or any negotiations. So Aquarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, Mercury is now moving into your seventh house of partnership. I always say that the seventh house is you plus somebody else. So this is like business partners, friendships, like best friends, significant other, clients. The seventh house is love, and it's also contracts and negotiations. It's where we negotiate and communicate with other people. And so this is going to emphasize partnerships, relationships with extra influence of fourth house topics that has to do with your home, your family life. The fourth house brings in your living situation or you and your personal life. And so this influence means that your personal life and your family life might also affect your partnerships, whether it be with business or with a significant other. Now, this will be a time that you might want to review and reassess your commitments, your communication with your partners, and expect this potential misunderstandings and avoid making these major relationship decisions during this retrograde. This is a time when we go forward and then we say, do I have to renegotiate? Can I redo that contract? This could also be with clients. Anything that has to do with communication is diving back into for clarification. So Pisces, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on Tuesdays, where I offer astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.